Hi, Angela here. Hey, do you ever wonder what you should do with all those thin 12 by 12 pieces of paper that have blank paper on the back? Well, there's a lot of things you could do with this. One thing is that you could paint it. I would give it a little primer with it, but it's going to get all warpy. And the other thing you could do is to make little inserts for your journals. Now, if this was your journal page, you could insert that right there, and it would be a flip open pocket. Then you wouldn't need to put a pocket on this page or this one over here, and you wouldn't need to put one in here, because if this is on that page, then they're opposite each other anyway. So you fulfilled an obligation to fill that journal up with pockets by giving it two out of one piece of paper. So how did I make this? Well, what I did was I took a 12 by 12 piece of paper and I folded it in half this way. Now, this one tore out of the book kind of jaggedy, so I am going to fix that rather quickly and even it off. Now, you could tear these papers, that would be fine. You know how we love our torn edges. But for time's sake, I'm not going to be inking unless I have to show you a line. Then I'll ink where the line is so you can see it. But the first thing I'm going to do is fold this up like this, so that the top matches all the way across. I hope. It won't matter. So then I think, well, now 12 by 12, that's going to be way too big for my junk journal. So what I did was I took my page and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to make it a little shorter than my journal page, just in case it ends up in the middle somewhere and has to be chopped down so it's not sticking out of your book. So there we go. I've made it just slightly smaller than that. So then cut this off. Save that. You might need it for something. I don't know what. Then I unfolded it and folded it this way, just to give me the fold line. One thing nice about the thin paper is that it doesn't get all cracked up. Now, glue will stick to it. There's no doubt about that. So now what? What do we do now? Well, we're going to cut this piece of paper right here to right there. So let me just fold it back the other way and ink up that line for you real quick so you can see it. And we're only going to cut it to the halfway point right there. Okay? Now, find my trusty scissors that always cut so crooked, you know. It couldn't be me, no. I am. I'm a terrible, terrible cutter. Okay. Now we can fold this one up to here and this one up to here. And like in the folder I showed the time before, now we're going to fold these papers down like this. And this one down like this. And you kind of would probably want those to be a little bit even over there. Maybe a little bit. Now you could do one of two things. You could glue this completely down here, or you could put a little accordion fold in there to hold it down. But now we need to decorate this piece. So let's see, what did I bring to decorate with? Oh, I didn't. Does that decorate it? No, that won't cover it. Let me grab a thin piece of paper. That's a little too green. I know I have a real pretty green here though. Oh, that one's very pretty. Oh, that one's okay. Okay. I guess maybe we'll go with this one. I think that's 2. Will that go okay? Yeah, that'll go fine. It will go fine. So we're going to cut this one off right here. And it's only going to go from there to just at this line. So let's cut that to shape. So anyway, while roofers are pounding on your house, you find things to do. And I just came in here and lost myself in crafting and, you know, trying to make pockets and trying to use up some of my paper, my thin paper. And gosh, you know, it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. It doesn't matter if it doesn't quite reach the sides, because we're going to glue ours down. And then you can either glue this paper or this one. You decide. Or neither if your glue doesn't work. Oops, there it goes. Tina, I'm very sorry that your glue did not work after my couple of suggestions. Sometimes you just gotta break down and clean that whole tip, which is a bummer because they're not easy to clean. They are a little bit of a bear, but after you kind of scrape some of that glue out of the metal tip, you can get a pipe cleaner. And I don't know if the ones for cleaning guns are a little sharper or what, but that's what I use. But just get them at the hardware store or sportsman's warehouse type store. And I don't know if they're not as fuzzy of a pipe cleaner as what you buy at the hobby store. But it doesn't matter. Either one will work as good as the other, to be honest with you. If I had just regular pipe cleaners, that's what I'd use. So, you know, if you have to go to the sportsman's store with your husband for any reason, you start looking at fishing lures as jewelry and oh, you're like, oh, I could make this out of that. Yeah. all kinds of things in the Sportsman's Warehouse that you could turn into jewelry. Yeah, I used to buy quite a bit and make things with it. Not anymore. I think my eyes got tired of beading. I still love to bead, but I like to make things to go on my journals and stuff. I think it's a blast. Okay. Now, because of the way this one is just folded up, you only have to glue the one side. Now, this is not going to like me folding it in the center with its wet glue. So, we're going to try to do it gently so it won't just pop open. You know, get all funky in the middle. And if these are touching, you might want to clip that because they're going to fold just a little bit there. So I'm just going to give them a little clip at an angle. Guess I could have just flipped it out like that. That would have worked. Just give them a little clip there. Otherwise, when this folds, these are going to get in the way. And I can see it's still going to get in the way. So I'm going to clip it just a little bit better on both sides by folding this back. There we go. Besides, it gives it quite a neat little angle there. It's kind of like a bird now. Okay, so get your handy dandy tool out to start working that piece back together. Oops, there I tore my paper. There we go. Works out pretty good. And if you tear your paper, well, then we find something to embellish over it, don't we? So, we need something on here, don't we? So, we have this. I don't like that. But I do like this. Can't tell which way that music's supposed to go, can you? This way. So this could go on the front. Tearing ruler. You could put a postcard on the front and make it another pocket. And, or you could just embellish it up. By tearing some paper. There we go. I'm just going to embellish it up and give it just a little more strength. Not that it's weak. Right now it feels weak because the paper is wet. Hope I didn't put that on upside down. I probably did. Oh well. I still didn't cover up that little mark, but it's going to be in the signature of the journal anyway. So it's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to put this one in there. And we'll just tear off a little bit off the sides. just so it kind of matches the front one. Whoops. And let's see. Let's put that right there. Okay. So then you could go further and embellish it a little more here and there. And of course you'd want to go in and embellish here if you'd like. And then of course you have a place to insert all kinds of cards. If you leave this with a writing paper on the back, you could actually write back in here. If you made that the decorative and this the writing, then you could write all over here and you could write all over the front. So depending on how you put this in your journal, well, you couldn't really put it this way because it's too big. You'd have to make it smaller. But this one is definitely a signature page. So that is all I have for today. I am glad you joined me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come on back for more videos. You can see the difference in size on those two. You can make these any size you want. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll be back tomorrow to join me for another one. I'm trying to make a few quicker videos to add every day. And we'll see how it goes. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share. Thank you.